So I'm gonna go over our games to see what mistakes that we made and stuff we can do better for our other fucking next week. I don't know. Fucking games are here. Our Luna got blew up because our supporters were mispositioned. When I say like mispositioned, they were like it wasn't place wise, right? I'm gonna show you in a second what I mean. Here, our Luna should never be the support that's farthest back. She doesn't have nearly the survivability to be the farthest back. Our Invis should be back here where Luna is, and Luna should be where the Invis is. Support with the more survivability and more self heal should be all the way should be the farthest back because that's the fastest way to not get blown up as our Luna did. Because even though our still turned around and saying she got dove, Luna doesn't have the self heal and survivability to survive more than like 2 seconds. So that was bad by us. All right, so in this map, Jay, I would most definitely when I con that they had a Daredevil and dive, we would most definitely play here because I would leave them no way to just jump on our Luna in this situation. Because now they got high ground and this angle over here. I almost definitely go there through this angle and go all the way around this building. So here, you just like play position very hardly. Like Ivy, you should been playing up here with Ivy. It would be much more safer, way easier for us to peel. You play on low ground with nobody really help you. Just like you get your whole team ran at you. We can try, but not much we can really do. Just get things. We most definitely should have played up here with Ivy. All right, we got held here. Like it was nobody's fault. We all played bad. But I feel like it was the team comp and the way we played it. First, I believe we should have instantly broke this wall when we saw they had a penny park them. And we all went this way around. We would have got this high ground and be able to claim this flank, leaving them over like only half this point to play, right? Still leaving us our dive to go around this way to dive their backline because they were all playing in this little corridor with penny mines. But we really just stayed, try to keep going this main. This side angle is fucking horrible. There's no way to play besides this little angle, this little hallway, which we got trapped in and killed by a rogue. But this map is horrible. We should have most definitely went this way though. That's one thing I can get for this map because we all played horrible. So here, Jay, I believe this is your fault. I don't know why you walked in the ult after we forced out a double squad ult. Then use your bubble as you walked in. I think you should have just kited here and we just come back and win the next fight. Or our Punisher or our Invis ult. Alright, only meta. Here, I believe this is your fault. Because the second you realized they had a wolf, you most definitely should have backed up. Or you should have went diamond for him instead. You like just stood for the whole team. Like, just got grabbed by him. So. Let's see you here. I feel like you should stay holding this corner. It would have left you, this corner right here, it would have left you out of this door's line of sight because he's over here. And still able to hit your tanks in the whole team. But you like exposed yourself a little way too much. Just walking to the open. Again, our Copenhagen could have killed you, but I feel like it's still more your fault than hers. Here, I believe this is like a team. This is all our fault. Like, there's nobody, one person to blame. It's all our fault. Yes, she did die with her Luna ult to a Phoenix ult, but we most definitely should have broke the Phoenix ult. That Phoenix ult was too far away for nobody to shoot it at all. This is all our fault for not shooting ult. It was so far away, but nobody shot it except for our Punisher. That's completely that's our fault. She should not have had to use all here. She should not have died to that. So I can't really blame her for this. Here, I believe this is a lot of my fault, but it's still a team fault. We did a terrible job marking their dive, so I just got a free job of slowing our supports. Then I did miss my grab on this door, which allowed him to just walk into the back line and help blow up the supports in the situation. So that's my bad, but we do got to mark off angles better. Here, only meta. This is 100% your fault. Just I don't know what you were doing here. I can't lie. You had no cooldowns, no E, no grapple, but you did have your swinging slam. But you used both to engage here for some reason with no E and almost half health. So that's 100% your fault. And I lost the fight. We did get the pick on their Dino, but you died. And we couldn't like walk the back line other than that. So this is for our supports. Oh, y'all getting dove like something from Iron Fist? Walk closer to the team. Don't like walk back at all. Good job, Patty Cake. Just keep walking closer. Alright, Jay, a little tip for these Dino v Dino matchups if you ever run it again. You gotta know your comp, you gotta know their comp, you gotta know how the Dino plays. Never grab their Dino first unless you have so much more frontline presence than him. I'm on Spider-Man here, which means y'all losing a lot of frontline damage, and I'm flaking. So y'all have basically a down DPS on the front line. So you cannot grab their Dino first at all in situations. You do here, even though he's half. But you just don't have to damage to finish him off, because remember, y'all down frontline damage. He grabs you second. You go down. Here, only meta. I think you tunnel vision this game. I think you tunnel vision right here. You had full charge. A lot of times when Embers get the full charge, they like to start walking teams down. But here's the thing, you had no cooldowns. You just put your shield up. That was already half HP. You didn't have your E, you didn't have your shift. Then they walked you down with their Dino shield, grab. Remember, you don't have your diamond form, and M-ball. Here, you most definitely should have kited. Just played too far up for what they had. Bad death. Alright, again, in these Dino v Dino matchups, Jay, you grab first here. Which you did have your ult up, which I guess was trying to be a good play. But you just get grabbed again. Because remember, a lot of frontline damage because I'm on Spider-Man. And I was dead in that fight. They, again, don't grab first. So this first death here, this is not your fault at all. I don't blame you. I will say, you most definitely could have played here instead. Which would have probably been, you break this wall over here, played here instead. You got a health pack right here. It's a little safer than right here, but I can't really gonna blame you for this. I'm more blaming this on Jay. Because he's more tunnel vision on the back line. Letting both the Strange and a free Daredevil flank without commenting anything to you because he's tunnel vision on the back line, on their back line. A lot of you just get walked here by their team and just explode. I'm not gonna blame you at all. But again, you got dove and you walked away, you backed up, out scale, still walk forward towards the team. This death right here, I'm gonna put a half on you and half on our rocket for ulting a little bit too late. I feel like he should have ulted earlier when y'all was getting really walked down. But also we'll put it on you a little bit because I feel like you should have froze this Data Stranger. The second he started walking you should have froze him. Again, just like let him walk on you. This death right here is 100% not your fault at all. Zero blame to go you or your other support. I feel like this death is all on meta because he's seen the Data Strange behind, and I feel like I didn't hear him calm his Data Strange personally. I feel like he should have calmed his Data Strange. Get y'all look around, just no calm at all. It just lets it happen. And this last and final death, I will put on you. The second your rocket dashed up, you should have walked up with him. Instead, you started to cruise back a little bit. The same thing I said before. If y'all walking back and getting dove, you walk back. So he even put his ult on point. So if you walked up with him, you got hit by the rocket, but you walked too far back. By the time you put it up, the team just walked on you. All right, Yang. All right, so this game, we're looking at decorum. You died the most, so we're looking at you this game. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing here. You just put your cloak out, done. All you gotta do, you get pulled out by Angela here, but all you gotta do is fade and get back in the ult. But for some reason, you go under and never get back in your ult, and you die out of it. I feel like that's 100% your fault. So here, I feel like you already have HP. I feel like you should have been very greedy because your mag was basically full. I feel like you should have used the bubble on yourself. Use the bubble on him when he was already almost max HP, and his Moon Knight just killed you. I feel like you should have been very greedy here and just use the bubble on yourself to keep you alive as long as possible. Because your mag with the bubbles himself and walks out because he didn't even need the bubble. You would have been alive and be able to keep walking back with him. I feel like this is your fault because like you look like you're in no mid lane. You can't really see anybody to heal except for our mag, and our mag is max HP here. You're way too far up. I'll more be playing next to our other support. I don't know where she's at right now. But I'll be playing with her a little bit far backer. Or with Blink, because he's on the off angle. Here you just get hit by Moon Knight because you're playing too far up. And you have no movement like Invis to jump out, so you just die to it. Comps where they have a lot of area damage like Storm and Storm Moon Knight, I would play as far as back as possible to take as least amount of damage as possible. You don't want pressure on you at all. Alright, Ivy. I don't know what the fuck we was doing here. Why is your support perfectly safe in this off angle? But you're here. Why are my... Well, we should never be split. Never. Our supports should always be close enough to heal each other. We're split, and we're through a wall. I would be 100% where Decor is. She's much more safer in a much more better position than you are. You're right in front of the team, right in the line of sight. They have none of her. So they just walk at you and kill you because you have nowhere, like, near you. And Jay, another thing I also want to give you, I know you're doing great. I love how you give me bubbles a lot. You love how you bubble dive. I would save a lot more unless I'm generally calling for it. A lot of bubbles for peeling because that's the best way for Mac to peel is to bubble backline. So save some more for that. Now, this death here came from both of y'all. I'm not going to blame either of y'all. I don't think neither of y'all is really this fault. Or anybody's on team fault. Y'all got more ulted. But I'm going to say a little word of advice. I would like save myself shield way better than this. Just using it and leaving it up got basically zero value to help our Luna here because it was a dive character on that. And the shield doesn't block dive. I mean, melee characters. So you got red at and more watch it. And you would have had your shield up if you just saved it. Or just pulled it back. The second it wasn't really doing anything because it was a melee character. That's the best I can give you. I wouldn't blame this out of you at all. Personally, I believe all our mistakes came from tunnel visioning. Like locked in on one thing or going back to like our old rank playstyle, just like playing with no comms. Otherwise, we play great in my opinion. You gotta fix up our tunnel vision mistakes like me diving into 1v6 and dying and getting staggered for next team fight. Or walking back when we get a dove. Or our tanks not calling out off angles and stuff. Allowing us forced to be flanked very easily. That's really about it. We're going up like dive characters like these I have right here. I feel like we have to play way, way, way closer together. I feel like we gotta be grouped as much as possible. Because none of these characters really have area damage, and if we spread out, because they all do great single target damage, we should not be able to be like selected single targets. We should be grouped up, make sure they can't just focus one person out of the group and dive on them. In the high damage brawl comps, I feel like the opposite. We should be as spread as hard as possible. None of these characters really do great single target damage, except for like maybe Moon Knight, but then he got hit a honk to do that. I feel like we gotta be very spread out with high damage brawl comps consistent of any of these characters right here. Any of these characters right here. These are called dive food. This is what we run dive into. We shouldn't be. Most of these characters got decent AoE. It does a lot of single target damage from poke. So they have the single target damage and the decent AoE. We should be diving these characters because they have a lot of mobility. Especially someone like Mag, Groot, or any of these really supports. They're all very easy to dive. We should be diving any of these characters if they have on the team.